need functions to help you with your purchases.
Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. My name is Steven, aka Storm, and we are back for some more of the Elder Scrolls Online as Reewish, the mighty battle lizard, here in the always wonderful Clockwork City DLC. We are halfway through the main quest. I hope to put a significant dent in the main quest by the end of today. I guess we're just going to have to wait and see. Couple housekeeping things before we get started today. Flames of Ambition patch 29 is coming out on Tuesday. There's going to be a full character respec that will be forced on me, so I'm going to try to get Reewish up and running prior to the next stream on Friday. Also, sometime, hopefully within the next couple of weeks, I will be streaming the DLC dungeons for Flames of Ambition. They will likely happen on days other than my normal streaming days, and I probably will be the only one talking, although some of my guildies have agreed to help run the dungeons. So I do apologize in advance if there's no one else talking. Some of the guildies are shy, so... Alright, but we're going to go ahead and get started. I know it's a little bit early, but it's fine. Hello, M Sharp. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing today?
Current market trends.
Go on, get out of here.
We go where we please, wingless. Go away, or we peck out your eyes. Eyes? Ah, sweet, juicy eyes. Such flavor. Ah, tender bits.
Crows. I feel you there. Yeah, I'm kind of tired from daylight savings as well. Hello, Constable.
Come to gawk at the birds? Just keep those heels spring-loaded, friend. The big one there nearly pecked an apostle's ear off. She said it was due for a replacement anyway, but even so, I'm sure it didn't tickle.
I need to ask the crows something.
Well, may Sothasil bless your attempt. Honestly, if you got them to stop bickering and babbling for even a moment, I'd probably slip a spring.
Do you know where I can find more of the crows?
Other than everywhere, the loudest gather around a tree just outside the basilica. I assume those are the ones you're after? Now listen, they'll demand some kind of ridiculous tribute, I guarantee it. Don't do anything stupid, alright?
Alright, thank you.
I pity the factotum that has to clean his holy likeness up there. I've never seen so many droppings in one place.
Have you ever seen something like this before?
What, like the birds? No. We did have a skeevaton infestation once. Someone left the fabricator running and it spewed out thousands and thousands of the things. The apostles deployed clockwork cats to catch them, but then we had too many cats.
So someone set out clockwork hounds?
Exactly. By the time Sothasil caught wind of it, the fortress was packed full of wind-up bears and motorized tigers. Quite a scene. The clockwork god destroyed all of them, except the skeevatons. I like to think he has a sense of humor.
Oh god. Wind up bears and motorized tigers. We had to keep moving up the food chain to take care of the problems we made taking care of the lower part of the food chain. And it just kept getting worse. Oh. Wasn't there a song like that? I think there was a song like that where they kept releasing more and more animals.
Speak or be pecked.
Hello, Knave of Rooks.
Spy! Stay back, spy! This tree belongs to the Blackfeather Court. The Duke claimed it by law of sovereign roost. Look for shiny somewhere else. Go! Go!
I'm not a spy, I just want to talk.
Spy! No talking! I know a spy when I see one. The Exarchs of Dross may share meat with featherless giants, but not the Blackfeather Court. In wartime, only spies approach without tribute. Every bird knows that.
What if I go get a tribute for the court?
Tribute? Yes! Shinies for the Duke. We demand a treasure from our enemy. The metal man who shouts at us. Constable Drados. May his tail droop and his wings wither. Snatch up his silver treasure, and then we parley. Go!
Where can I find this treasure?
Perhaps he carries a treasure beneath his clinkety-clanking clothes. Or maybe he hides treasure away in the stone nest called cloisters. That is for you to find out, Featherless. Now go!
Very well, Knave of Rooks. Let's talk to him before we steal. I don't like stealing as a rule. All right, Constable.
Look who's back. Just couldn't turn the key with those birds, eh? Don't be too hard on yourself. At least you've still got all your fingers.
Actually, they agreed to talk, but they want something of yours as a tribute. A silver treasure.
I told you they'd ask for something. A silver treasure. Of course. They want my canteen. Those daffy birds sent you have to pewter canteen. Well, they can't have it. Sorry, mate, but I'm not about to give those scavengers anything.
If I could talk to the Crow's leader, I might be able to get them to leave for good.
Fine, but this had better work. If these vermin are still filching our tools and tableware in a week's time, I'll know who to blame.
In a week, I won't be here anymore, so... At least in a week in game time, anyways. In a week in real-world time, I might still be here, depending on how far we get into the DLC today. A Brasilisk. Oh, look at it. It's so slithery and kind of gross, actually.
Well, do you have our shinies? Speak, spy.
Constable Drados gave me his canteen as a gift for you.
Such sparkle and shine. The shouting metal man gave you this treasure willingly? Why?
As a peace offering, he wants you to stop heckling him and bothering people in the fortress.
He quails at the might of the court and wishes to surrender. Yes, yes, we accept. A fitting prize, this canteen. Perhaps you are a worthy crow friend after all. Ask your questions. Ask.
Did one of you steal a key from the Clockwork Archivist?
A key? Yes, the great prize, the shiniest lock poker. Our heroic knight of Merrell breached the gates and claimed it from the clumsy apostles and our exarch foes. The featherless ones squabble over its whereabouts, but they'll never find it. Never!
Can you tell me where it is?
No, only our Duke of Crows knows. You cannot speak to him, crow friend, not without an escort. Find the Knight of Merrell. He is our grandest champion, sleek and strong. Honor him with shinies and sweet meats, and he may help.
Where is this Knight of Meros?
By a great waterfall, south and east, swooning like a lovesick dove, no doubt. Even now he builds his lady love a glorious nest, but she is fickle and he is foolish. Go and talk to him. He needs adventure.
Who are these Etrarchs again?
Enemy crows, the exarchs of Dross. They serve the Shadow Women and try to steal the great prize from us. But the Black Feather Court bows to no one. Our Duke will rend their queen of chaff to pieces, and we will feast on her entrails.
Oh gosh, I love these birds. Shadow Women?
Shrikes, weeping, featherless paleskins that swat and curse us. And their other servants also, black-robed cultists. May they eat sour meat and die.
How do they care? Why do you care about this key so much?
If you see it, you will know. No silver glistens and gleams like the prize. The exarchs and the Shadow Women want it, but it's ours now. Ours! The Knight of Merrell claimed it for the court. Ask him.
How did you learn to talk?
How did you learn how to talk? We crows are clever and wise. Wise! We bend our words into sentences just as you do. Except we're better at it because we're smarter than you.
Dang, that burns.
The Somerset Isles are abuzz with the name Velast. I'm proud a sister of Auradon to go so far in the Mage's Guild.
Will I have to get metal arms now?
Modifications are extensions of the...
I'm trying to remember my way to where the Knight of Merrow is. I think I have to go... I think I went the wrong way. I think I have to go up that route and then down again.
I'll take that to mean their option. Thanks.
Reading array corrupted. Please try again.
Talk to the Knight of
Who is
Merrow.
this? Do you come to challenge the Knight of Merrow? Have at me, featherless foe.
Not here to fight.
If you be foe, cast down your silly gauntlet. But I warn you, you touch this magnificent trove at your peril. I gathered these treasures for my lady love, and I would sooner die than let you take them. What say you, featherless?
I'm not here to steal your treasure. I want an audience with the Duke of Crows.
The Duke holds court in Blackfeather Castle. I could arrange a meeting, but can't you see? Heartache has clipped my wings. Lady Blightwing spurns me. My heroic exploits and shiny gifts only bore her. Mine is a tale of woe. Woe!
If I help you win over your lady love, will you take me to the Duke?
You would do that? But how? I gathered a great hoard of glistening treasures and sweetmeats, and she only laughed. Laughed! Perhaps a different gift. You featherless ones sometimes woo with song and verse, yes? Teach me.
You want me to help you write a love poem?
Yes, a poem. A trinket unlike any other. The flightless oafs who live here in the fortress hid a great hoard of words in one of their stone houses. If you help me pluck the tenderest verses, I will take you to see the Duke.
Alright, I'll help you write this poem.
Follow me. The word vault is this way. This way.
And anyone in the chat will get to help me pick which poem we give to Lady Blackfeather. Or Lady Blightwing, I'm sorry. To try to help the Duke, or the Knight of Merrow, win his lady love. Ask for poetry advice. We could also do that as well.
Here we are. The word vault lies behind that door. I shall perch here and await your swift return.
You need something? I'm sort of in the middle of this theorem, and... yep, lost it again. Damn. Well, you got my attention now. What do you want?
Sorry, I'm looking for a good love poem. Any suggestions?
Love poem? By the gears, why do you want one of those? I don't stray far from the mathematics schools nowadays, but I used to love the Ballad of Breezeborough, the Battle Axe. Might not be the sweetest verse, but it'll get your blood pumping. Spool 6.
Okay, well that's definitely ignored. Let's talk to the Clockwork Archivist. How could this possibly go wrong?
By the word of Sith, I am bound. Welcome to the Archivox, resident. How may I assist you?
Can you direct me to a good love poem?
Just a moment. Category not found. Your request, love poem, does not appear in our organizational schema. I regret that I was not able to help you today. Please report this deficiency to the archivist in residence.
Are you sure there's nothing you can do?
Dreaming. Discarded flowers. Empty cylinder. Thank you for your patience. This unit has generated an original composition based on your inquiry. Love poem. Please claim your word form at spool 17.
Wait, you just wrote a poem?
Poem. A collection of thematically appropriate statements and metaphors arranged in stanzaic sequence, including title and required punctuation. Yes, this unit has composed a poem. I hope it meets your specifications. May Set bless your labors.
Okay, I gotta read this one. Hold on. Poem begin. Your merits defy calculation. My heart, metaphorical, pumps like a piston, and my pelvic and or knee brackets oscillate whenever we make physical contact. Also, your face symmetry pleases me. In composition. I love it. I love it so much.
Welcome to the Archivox, where all children of Sothis
Lewd.
divine word. What can I help you with?
I'm looking for a good love poem.
A love poem? Oh, where to begin? I have so many favorites. Perhaps the Song of the Axle. Or are you looking for something more conventional? Ode to Brass Lily might please you. It's over on Spool 19.
Alright, let's go get those other poems. So, the Ballad of Bristor Battleaxe. Bristor's passions burned, a conflation of forbidden desire, given cruel voice by charred flesh of his enemies. Death sang out in its mournful dirge, and ripped the souls asunder. I don't know, that doesn't really sound too romantic. What about this other one? Ode to Brass Lily. A brass lily nods under gentle showers, its filigree petals polished by nature's caress. So too do you blush under a rain of kisses. Your gentle sighs put its grace to shame. Okay. So we got a couple choices to work with. Oh, there's another one here, fresh parchment. So we have to choose one poem to write. Shall we write Love Poem, LT0782, Ode to a Brass Lily, or the Ballad of Bristor Battleaxe? Anyone in the chat who wants to contribute, you may vote. And then if we only get one vote, we'll take that one. If we don't get any votes, I will randomly pick one of these three. So you want to go Ode to a Brass Lily? Okay, so we got one for Ode to Brass Lily. If we don't get another vote by the 19-minute mark, we will go ahead and go with that one. Pelvic or knee caps oscillating. Ugh. Hello, welcome to the stream. We're currently voting on which of the three poems we should give to a raven or a crow in order to get the crow to fall in love with another crow. Okay, so we're going to go to Ode to a Brass Lily. Talk to the Knight of Morrow.
My feathers quiver with inspiration. Tell me, have you found a poem worthy of Lady Blightwing?
Yes, I found some poems.
Well, which one should I use to woo my sharp-eyed love?
Ode to a Brass Lily seems lovely. Show the knight your transcript.
Yes, perfect. Let's do that one. I can't wait to express my feelings in the sweaty, fat-legged, wingless tradition.
Ooh, I take that
Follow me to the
personally.
Machine District, Squire. You can finally meet my lady love. And the Duke, too, I guess.
I'll meet you at the Machine District.
Away to the castle of my lady love.
Away we go, my friend. I kind of hope we get flying mounts one of these days so we can fly around the zones. That would be really fun, just to be able to take off and fly.
Take a breath and report. What's the situation?
It would be hilarious.
Daedric beasts and shadow cultists control much of the district. And the crows, oh, the sky's thick with them.
This way, Squire. Come, come.
I'm coming, knight.
Auxiliary? What are you doing here? First that bastard Devaith, and now the crows? Your taste in companions grows worse by the hour. Sorry, we're having a very bad day. You mean to enter the Machine District? Why?
The crow promised to take me to the key they stole from Gascon.
Normally, I'd say we should simply kill them all and take the key by force. But it seems these birds have a real talent for hiding things. Daedra and cultists tossed the district for hours, and from what we can tell, they didn't find anything.
All the more reason to follow the crow.
Fine. You can play their ridiculous game. For now. But I'm coming with you. I've lost enough citizens already. A word of advice. Don't let these Daedric pests push you around. We need to learn the nature of this key before it's too late.
Alright, stay close.
Your metal woman is not allowed in Castle Blackfeather. I forbid it.
I don't want to go anywhere near your filthy castle vermin. Let's get this over with.
The metal woman is not allowed in. Oh hey, Luciana's my companion.
Daedra could still be lurking around here.
I actually don't know, because they were building it at the same time, they were making the game at the same time as Skyrim. Here, I'll look it up real quick.
Rotation initialized.
It's called Hero Engine, is what ESO uses, so it's not the creation engine.
Crow Mother, help me.
My fair maiden of ruin, my heart swells to see you, like a dead cat's belly warmed by the sun. A brass lily nods, under gentle showers. Its shiny petals polished under a rain of kisses.
Rain? No rain. It crinkles my feathers.
Oh, no, not real rain. A rain of entrails. Yes, tasty entrails.
Entrails? Oh, Sir Knight, you know the way to my heart goes through my gullet. Bring me entrails and I shall share with you. Maybe.
She said yes. I owe you a debt, crow friend. Duke, may I present the featherless poet?
That is fair. And I got him his lady love, yes. Entrails. They shall bond over entrails.
Approach, poet. Let me get a measure of you.
Hello, Duke. It's been some time since I last saw you.
Hail, crow friend, to my great knight of Merrell. You come to parley? What boon do you seek from the Black Feather Court?
I seek the key you stole from the Clockwork Ballistica, Your Grace.
The shiniest? The great prize? Outrageous. What could you possibly offer us that rivals the luster of the magnificent lockpoker? Speak quickly, speak! My knights and I must prepare for our next battle with the Exarchs of Dross.
I could help you fight off the Exarchs.
You would take up the Black Feather banner? Timid. The Exarchs use wingless allies to shoot down my vassals and scatter my treasures. But if we had a giant of our own, well, I accept. Go, destroy the Exarchs, and the key is yours. Yours!
How did you get here?
Through a pool of shadow, we heard the call of our mistress and obeyed. But once we saw this great sea of treasures, we decided to revolt. Duke of Crows does as he pleases. This city of shimmering prizes belongs to us now.
So the Seal might have a problem with that.
I have heard this name, Sothasil, a dead king. Soon dead king, I've heard it said. It makes no difference. The Black Feather Court claims this place. It's ours. Ours!
Wait, you've heard about the Seal? What else do you know?
I know only that he's a half-metal giant who hides in a buzzing nest deep within the city. And that the Exarchs and their featherless allies want him dead. But how does this help the war effort? Enough talk! Go! Go!
Why are you fighting these Exarchs anyway?
The Exarchs of Dross hate us. They envy our fine plumage and covet our gleaming treasures. I parleyed with her leader before, the Queen of Chaff. She thinks that Daedra will reward her for loyal service. But we know that's not true. Not true!
Don't worry. Burb problems require burb solutions.
So, we're going to fight birds. If only my Riemann Dragoons could see me now, channeling the arcane to defeat poultry.
We just have to scare the other crows away, and then he'll give us the key.
You know, it's times like these that I really wish I had a sense of humor. But since I don't, I expect you to keep the details of this entire escapade to yourself.
Don't worry, we're in this together.
You're really reaching. Enough small talk. Let's kick the droppings off our boots and get on with it.
Daedra, those people renowned for repaying loyalty. Yeah, no, not at all.
Thick-legged filth will peck your eyes out. Its arms will be the death of us. Fly! Fly!
Its arms will be the death of us. Fly! Fly!
Prepare to die! Retreat! Retreat!
Oh, such scaredy birds. Alright, where's that last set of birds at? I always forget where the last one group is. Ah, there they are.
Take one step. Why do you always dare you? Fly, fools!
Why do you always dare them? Fly, fool! Hello, knight.
Ha! Well struck, Squire. The Exarchs are in full retreat. Look how they claw like chicks and empty their bowels. The time has come for a counterattack. Prepare for your greatest challenge, Crow friend. The Motionless Guardian.
The Motionless Guardian?
Yes, yes! The flightless cultists summoned it to guard their treasures. The Guardian stands like a mountain of brass and fury. We cannot approach it, but as a featherless giant, you might be immune to its gaze.
Alright, I'll deal with this Motionless Guardian.
Behold, Black Feathers! Our giant prepares to destroy the Guardian!
Why do I get the feeling this is going to be something that's really disappointing? Oh, you were gonna come at me with a shovel? Is this the motion? That's not the Motionless Guardian, but... You can't even deal damage to me because of my Ring of the Wild Hunt, or my Ring of the Pale Order. Ha 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 ha! Luciana, you might want to do some more stuff, or Luciana.
There it is! The Motionless Guardian!
Yep, I was correct. The Motionless Guardian is incredibly disappointing.
Tremble, Guardian! Our giant approaches!
Look at this. Really?
That giant felled the Guardian! Fly, Exarchs, fly!
Victory! Victory for the court! Now let us take wing, Black Feathers! Back to the Duke!
A scarecrow. I mean, it makes sense. Scarecrows are afraid of... Or scarecrows are supposed to scare crows. It kind of makes sense for the crows to be scared of one. And Motionless Guardian is kind of a giveaway if that's what it was. Follow the elevated platforms. I guess I'm supposed to go up. We return to the Guardian. Actually, I don't even know if I have drops active anymore, do I? I do have drops enabled, okay. By the way, how's the quality on my new mic, M-Sharp? That's good. I had started to notice a dip in quality with my last headset, so I knew it was getting close to the end of its life, but I wasn't sure. And then it died in the middle of the last stream. It was so bad.
Another knot.
Yeah, the headset died in the I went to the bathroom and I took out the headset while I went to the bathroom, and when I took out the headset I must have broke something in the headset, or it finally gave out when I took it out. And yeah, it was completely dead. I had to run out and buy a new mic last week, so.
I'll wait for you here. I've chased enough birds for one day.
Hello, Duke.
Victory! We picked the bones clean and plundered the Exarch's hoard. Proud day for the Black Feather Court. Now, the Queen of Chaff sent an emissary requesting a parley. I have a plan to scare her off for good. I need your help.
Wait a minute. You said if I defeated the Astrarchs, you'd give me the key.
I know what I said, fledgling! We've not defeated the Exarchs yet. Even now, they clean their plumage and sharpen their beaks. Unless we break the will of their queen, they will always return. This will be your last task. I swear it. Swear!
Fine, but this is it. What's your plan?
A trick, a bluff, a great crow scheme. Meet me in a building called Incarnatorium. I will explain all.
Very well, Duke of Crows. Let's go.
We're done, right? Where's the key?
We have one more task. We have to scare off the Exarch's queen.
I think I've been more than accommodating, but I am done taking orders from a talking bird. I'll remain here to guard the entrance, just in case more cultists or Daedra arrive. You just make this quick, all right?
Alright, I'll be back soon.
You'd better be. With the key and without an obnoxious flying escort, all right?
I'll do my best. Obnoxious flying escort. What do you think of the Black Feather Court, my fine Daedric friend? Kill them all. Yes, as you wish, my lord. The murder chicken, yes. The demonic chicken, hey hey. He's like, only if my beak was sharper, I would murder all of you fools. Duke of Pros.
The Queen of Chaff will arrive shortly. We must stun her with my magnificence. Are you ready?
I guess, how do you plan to accomplish this?
Look around. I picked this place for a reason. Pulley and pushy contraptions abound. When the city's wingless servants fiddle with him, the gears turn and pipes creak. I need to convince the Queen of Chaff that these machines serve me and me alone.
So you want me to operate the controls in secret?
Yes, exactly. A performance. My legs, while svelte and regal, are not strong enough to push and pull these levers. I need you and your meaty hands. When the Exarch's queen witnesses my powers, she will take wing and never return.
Alright, do you know what any of these controls do?
Of course not. No more time to plan. The queen's entourage approaches. Hide yourself. Hide! Hide!
Fine.
Oh, Duke, you came alone? Foolish. This may be easier than I thought. Show me the key or my murder will tear you apart.
You are the full Chaff Queen. I wield the power of the machines now.
You expect me to believe that? Give me the key or we'll peck you to ribbons.
Behold!
Give me the key, I will peck you to ribbons.
What? Steady, Exarchs. It's just a trick.
Awaken, machines, awaken!
I will not be threatened. I am the Queen of Chaff.
Your doom is now. My machines will destroy you.
No! Impossible! Impossible!
Now, Queen of Chaff, you will die!
I yield. Such power. Exarchs me.
Ha! We did it for the list! Victory for the Duke! Victory for the Black Feather Court! We may have a complication. My. This would be much easier if you had feathers.
What are you talking about? You're taking me to the key now, right?
I have, kind of. I hid the great prize nearby, but in your zeal to impress me, you threw the wrong switch. Now the door leading to the shiniest is blocked. Blocked! I can fly through, but you will need to take the long way around.
Which way?
North! I will dispatch my proud knight of Meros to accompany you. Good luck.
Uh-huh, sounds like you tricked me. Alright, where's the Knight of Meros? Well, I can't go through that door. In your zeal, you locked the door.
Girlfriend, the shiniest treasure awaits.
Yep, that it does. That's a dead end. I think those are supposed to be like prison cells. Yeah. I mean, you did say it was going to end badly.
Transitioning to detection state 7.
Oh, well, yeah, no, that wouldn't happen. The Duke is a... They don't kill off important characters, and the Duke is considered an important character, so... He's involved in a couple of quests. In fact, I would not be surprised if we didn't see the Duke again soon. Oh no, he's got the skeleton key. No, not the Knight of Meros. You will pay for this. Farewell, Knight of Crows. Or Knight... Farewell, Knight of Meros. You were a true friend. You were mildly annoying, but you were a true friend. Well, I didn't get the skeleton key because the Shadow of Sotha Seal found it first, but, you know, we're in serious trouble now. Oh, we're in hot water now, boys. Buckle up, 'cause it's gonna be a lizard boil. Duke.
Our victory over the exiles came at great cost. Quill and Claw, our lost knight, was a true hero. We will not forgive, and we will not forget. I do not know which lock the Shadow plans to poke with the key he stole, but we will help you stop him.
You will help us find the Shadow of Sotha Seal and the skeleton key?
Yes! You are as much a member of this court as any crow. Our swift wings and keen eyes are at your disposal. Find the Shadow of Sotha Seal, claim the key he stole, and avenge my Knight of Meros.
Very well, Duke of Crows. I had some bad news, Proctor.
You look haggard. What happened in there?
The shadow of Sotha Seal attacked. It took the key and the skeleton. It took the skeleton key. The lizard is an honorary crow now. Yes.
The skeleton key? Nocturnal's key? Damn it. I always suspected, but hoped it wasn't true. That key is a trans-dimensional artifact of unimaginable power. We have to get it back.
What is our next step?
The Omnivox alarm. Slag it. Someone's breaching the Cognitum Centralis. I have to get back to the Basilica. Meet me there.
I'm on my way. Yeah, so, in a little reminder for... Oh, dear. A little reminder for anyone who doesn't remember what the skeleton key does. The skeleton key has a couple abilities, depending on what game it's in. Sometimes the skeleton key is a key that can unlock any lock immediately without requiring to pick it. Sometimes the skeleton key works as an unbreakable lockpick. Sometimes the skeleton key can unlock the true potential of a person and give them and bring about their full power without needing to train to unlock it. It just depends on the game on what the skeleton key does. Like for example, in Skyrim it's kind of disappointing because the bad guy uses the skeleton key to unlock his true potential, but the best you can do with it is use it as a lockpick.
What part of sealed don't you understand? The shadow put a hex on the lift. Perhaps if we had the key you managed to lose.
Here we go again. I told you before, Lord Set would never allow the skeleton key to enter the city. There must be another explanation.
Well, by all means, explain it to me. Just be sure to use small words. I wouldn't want you to strain yourself.
You arrived just in time. I don't know how much more of Devave and Varuni's bickering I could take.
What's happening now?
It's as I feared. The shadow breached the Cognitum Centralis, Lord Set's seat of power. If it reaches the core, if it removes Lord Set from the throne aligned, we can't let that happen. You should steel yourself for the battles ahead.
Alright, let's go ahead and complete the quest. Boom.
We arrived too late. As soon as the shadow of Sotha Seal claimed the skeleton key, it slithered into the fundament and sealed all the doors leading to the Cognitum Centralis. Fear and Varuni tried to break the seal. You can see how that turned out.
Any alternative routes into the Cognitum Centralis?
None. Lord Set designed the Cognitum to be virtually impenetrable. Even so, these whispering shadow cultists move through the city unhindered. I don't know how. Perhaps if we discover how they navigate the city, we can use that against them.
The shadow set that still used a pool of darkness to escape the incarnatorium.
I crossed staves with an Argonian mage once. He could leap through shadows, crossing long distances in seconds. Maybe that's the answer? Shadow portals of some kind? We need more information. Inside perspective.
Greetings, good sir. Welcome to the stream, guys. I see you have successfully raided me. How did the Nuzlocke go after I left?
We have that bastard Gascon jailed in the East Wing. He spent most of his time sulking, but he might speak to you. You did spare his life, after all. Ask him about this shadowy pool you described. If there are others like it, we need to know.
So far, so good. He trashed Bede. I'm really glad he trashed Bede. I was actually worried about that because Bede hits like a truck. You have a prison in the Villisca?
Of sorts. Our legal system is pretty rudimentary, mostly because we use it so rarely. Infractions result in exile most of the time. But this business with Gascon and Clavicus Vile is a good deal more serious than research sabotage or plagiarism.
Do you exile people for plagiarism?
Not always. Sometimes we mind lock them in one of our rumination chambers. I suspect that's what awaits our former chancellor. If we make it through this alive, of course.
Alright, mind lock.
Cognitive prison. We induce a coma and set the brain on a recursive loop, trapping the condemned in an inescapable mental space. As far as I know, we've only done it 12 times.
Okay, that sounds pretty extreme.
Better than a summary execution. Remember, I grew up in the Riemann military. Brain jail sounds pretty lenient to me.
I mean, I guess that's fair. Can you tell me about the skeleton key?
Only what I read in the Imperial histories as a student. Our libraries don't carry any literature on Daedra or their relics. I argued against the ban, but the Congress wouldn't budge. They don't understand how dangerous these creatures can be.
Well, what do you know?
Daedric princes litter the world with profane relics. Artifacts meant to corrupt or ensorcel the greedy and weak-minded. Hermaeus Mora offers a book. Periite grants a shield. Nocturnal is more generous. She provides a mask, a bow, and a key.
The skeleton key.
Exactly. Scholars say the key can open any lock, regardless of its complexity. Some say it can unlock gates to other worlds, or even open metaphorical doors. I don't need to tell you how dangerous that power could be.
So the Shadow Sotha still seeks to unlock the center of the Clockwork City.
I think it may go even deeper than that. Lord Set modified himself extensively over the centuries. I think the Shadow may try to unlock Sotha Seal himself.
What is the Cognitum Centralis exactly?
The heart of the Clockwork City, Lord Set's seat of power. He spends his periods of seclusion there, sculpting the future, as the saying goes. Very few mortals have ever stepped foot inside.
How have you ever seen it?
Once, and only for a moment. Truthfully, I didn't enter with a pious heart. A story for another time. All I can tell you is the Cognitum exists at the center of, well, everything. It's the axle that spins the wheel. You'll see soon enough.
Are you sure he's even there?
He has to be. If he were on Artaeum, this city would be locked in slumbering mode. Less light, slower manufacturing, reductions in factotum services. But everything hums and cranks as it should. He is definitely here, and his shadow knows it.
Alright, let's go ahead. So, just a quick catch-up for the guys who are joining us late. We helped the Blackfeather Court defeat the Extracts of Dross. And we helped a crow woo another crow with talk of a reign of entrails. M Sharp helped me pick out a poem to give to the female crow so he could woo her. It was quite lovely, wasn't it, M Sharp? Nothing screams romance like entrails. Very romantic. Gascon.
Ah, you again. I suppose I should thank you for sparing me for all the good it will do. That lumbering pile of scrap Luciana means to lock me in deep storage, I know it. Just leave me to my hand-wringing, all right?
Maybe we can help each other. I'm going after the shadow, but I need information.
Information? I've been locked in this bleak little room since we parted ways. What could I possibly know? I heard the Omnivox squawking earlier. Is that what this is about? It is. Oh my. The cultists locked you out of the Cognitum, didn't they?
Yes, the shadow is headed for Sotha Seal. I need to know how the cultists move around the city.
I could help you, but I'd need something in return. One of Clavicus Vile's Scoffin enforcers stalks the mechanical fundament carrying a peculiar contract. Kill this Daedra, bring me the contract, and I'll tell you everything I know.
I did you a favor when I spared your life. Tell me what you know.
True, I suppose. Despite what you might think, I love this city. I can't be a party to its destruction. Seek out gloaming gates, impossibly deep pools of shadow. The cultists use them to travel great distances. You can too.
Okay, where can I find the glooming gates?
I know of two. One east, one west. Look for the hidden caves where the shadows gather in force. Once you find a gate, you need only let yourself sink into it. I can't promise you'll like where you end up.
Explain.
The gates weave in and out of Nocturnal's realm of Everglow. You can use them to reach your ultimate destination, just as the cultists do. But you must first traverse the Everglow to find other connected gates.
I'll be off then.
Set bless your labors. I mean that. Hate me if you must, but I truly hope you can stop this madness.
Goodbye. Let's go, hey, hey. There's things we must do. People we must kill. Kittens we must pet.
Tell me you have some. Gates, of course. My apostles ran down a few rumors about cultists building strange basins on the periphery of the radius, but we never found any of them. How do these gates work?
We can use a gate to enter Evergloom, then find another gate inside that leads to the Cognitum.
So we'll use the cultists' own pathways against them. Makes sense. Can't say I have any desire to fight my way through a plane of oblivion, but we don't have much of a choice, do we? Did Gascon say where they built these gates?
He mentioned one to the east and one to the west, hidden in caves.
And we have no way to know which will get us to our destination faster. Let's split up. I'll take the western gate, you take the east. Try to navigate the Everglow. I'll do the same. Hopefully one of us will make it to the Cognitum in time.
Goodbye. Alright, so I do need to find a merchant real quick. I need to fix my gear and sell off my excess stuff. Because I do not want to go through this twice. I would rather not have to go through this twice. So
let me get this straight. The king was poisoned and an Argonian.
because if I back out after I go through this the Evergloom, I have to go all the way back to the Evergloom again in order to get back there. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take care of my repairing my gear real quick, and then we'll head in and do it in one fell swoop. There, we got quite a bit of gold from that. Alright, let's see, where are we headed? Where are we headed? We're headed here. Which means I need to head here. Let me find the road and follow the road. It's so much easier when you follow the road. Just around the river bend. Shh, I'll be gentle. That's a interesting name. I went the wrong way. I need to remember that I'm running Sky Shards tonight too. I don't need to forget that. I'm running Sky Shard hunting for our guild tonight through Glenumbra. So. Into the Dark. This is quest number 6 of 8. So there's a good chance we might be able to finish Clockwork City's main quest today. I'm really actually excited that we might be able to finish this out. And then I guess we can work on some side quests and stuff. Yep, there's the cave. Oh no, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. Oh. Look at the ring of the pale water go. I absolutely love this ring. Gravity does hurt, yeah. Sorry, Knave of Rooks.
This is it. Everglow. Follow me.
Very well, my fine crowed friend. We are in the Daedric realm of Nocturnal, my friends. Yeah, I always forget exactly where we're supposed to go.
Watch your step, Featherless. These stones are near now.
Hey, I just realized these crows have the same mindset as Joe does. Left. Always left. Whoa, they killed one of Nocturnal's cultists. Why did you kill your own person? To remind you, Nocturnal is a true Daedra. She is not kind, and she is definitely not gentle. What's impressive? Like the graphics, or like how beautiful like the Evergloom is, or 'cause the Evergloom is actually quite impressive. Oh, killing their own cultist, yeah. I mean, the enemy type was called an executioner, so I guess it makes sense.
Which way? Which way? Ah, right. Go right.
Wait, I thought it was left, always left. I mean, if you compare her to other Daedras, she is, but wait until we get to Somerset, and then you'll see what I mean. Let's just say Nocturnal is not painted in the best light during Somerset. None of the Daedra are good. They're all selfish in some fashion. Even Azura can have her moments. Like, Azura will, as long as you venerate and adore Azura, she is the nicest of the Daedra. But the moment you cross her, oh boy. You do not want Azura as an enemy. Because Azura's spear happens to do with prophecy, so if she says something's going to happen, it happens. Yeah, why the tribunal fell. She told them they would fall. Portal to the Cliffs of Twilight. Excuse me, sorry. You know, I probably would have died if it hadn't been for the Ring of the Pale Order. Yeah, I should probably show this off. So this is my new item, the Ring of the Pale Order. It currently increases spell damage by 174, increases my Maxim Magicka by 877, and restores 19% of the damage you deal as health, up to a maximum of 2,750 health per attack. You cannot be healed by anyone but yourself. Which, you know, I'm playing solo, so there's absolutely no reason not to use the Ring of the Pale Order.
You look tired. Tired. Just a few more stairs to go.
Yeah. Precisely. And it actually makes soloing in this game a lot more easier, especially for, like, veteran content. There's a lot of solo builds for veteran content from the last patch built around the Ring of the Pale Order. Because the Ring of Pale Order doesn't just heal you from single damage targets, it also heals you from area of effects. Every time the targets within an area of effect take damage, the Ring of the Pale Order procs and gives you HP back.
Draw your weapons. One of Nocturnal's Blood Queens hides in that church. Sour taste. No shiny bits.
Alright, I'm being careful, Knave of Rooks.
Do your worst, Night Hag. You'll get nothing from me.
Interlopers. No. I will not be interrupted.
Thank you. I'm unaccustomed to being captured.
Lucina. Or Luciana, I'm sorry.
Must lead back to the city. Follow me. I recognize this place. These are the tunnels that lead to the Coggadum. Looks like the factotums put up a fight when the shadow came through. Not enough, it seems.
Yeah,
There, the Shadow's ward.
Yeah, I have to be really careful up here. If I fall, I will not be getting back up anytime soon. I'll have to go all the way back through the shadow gloom again.
Shadows. Some kind of nocturnal light. I've never seen the like. Wait, I remember. Lord Set taught me a spell long ago. He said it would guide me through the darkness one day. I couldn't find a use for it then. But now... Yes, he said that logic and wisdom would part the shadows of doubt.
Yep. There we go. There we go. Good job, Luciana.
How could he have
Luciana.
Never mind. Meet me at the entrance to the Coggadum. We have work to do.
Yeah, it's a very long trek. I accidentally did that on my first character, and I got so frustrated I actually put the game down for like 3 days because of it. Because of how long it took me to get through that.
I don't often admit surprise, but I'll be candid. That was one of the weirdest journeys of my life. And I've lived a very, very long time.
What now?
With the shadow barrier removed, we can move freely between the Brass Fortress and the Coggadum. Now we have a Daedric prince to thwart and a god to save. I hope you're ready.
I am ready.
Tighten that armor and sharpen your weapons. Entering the Coggadum Centralis can prove deadly on the best of days. This is far from the best of days.
What should we expect inside the Coggadum?
Beyond whatever Daedric horrors the shadow left in its wake, the Coggadum shifted into its strongbox configuration as soon as the alarm sounded. So now we have to contend with inaccessible platforms, hostile factotums, unleashed fabricants.
Do you think the defenses might slow the shadow down?
You know I don't put much stock in hope. Sotha's seal prepares for every conceivable eventuality, but the shadow is Sotha's seal. It's difficult to create countermeasures for yourself. We can't count on Sotha Seal. This task falls to us. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm prepared to enter. Alright, before we go in, I am going to take a quick bathroom break, and I will be right back. Hold on just a minute. Alright, let's get going. For the mainspring ever wound is the father of curiosity, and curiosity is the joyful destroyer. Only in sundering can things be made whole. Only the disassembled engine can be scrubbed and made clean. So smash the old machines, topple your mind's idols, and from the wreckage assemble new truths. These are the words of Sotha Seal.
Just as I suspected. The defense system locked down the bridge. Slag it! I can use this terminal to unlock it, but the alarm cut the power. Looks like it has 2 charging junctions. I need you to find 2 core pumps. Can you do that?
Yep, I can do that. I'm on it.
One other thing. There's a master factotum down here called...
Greetings. I am Ios. Please be advised. The sacred Cognitum Centralis is currently sealed. I kindly encourage you to exit the Cognitum immediately. Thank you for your compliance.
Not going to happen, Ios.
Okay, let's talk to Ios.
Beginning entity analysis. Error. Entity exists outside known fossa points. Transitioning to general reception array. Hello.
What are you?
I am Ios, the automata incarnate overseer system. Master Seal created me to maintain and supervise the substrata operations of Clockwork City. This partition can provide answers to Class 7 queries only. Thank you for your understanding.
Your master is in danger. Let us through so we can help him.
Assessing threats to Master Seal. Dreaming. Open window. Sunlight through glass. Threat analysis prepared. Prospect Numidium. Negative. Prospect Almalexia. Negative. Prospect Erasure. Negative. No existential threat detected.
I'm surprised Navarine isn't on that list. And Almalexia is a list of a potential threat. That should tell you something. Sotha Seal knew that she would one day betray him. There is a threat, the Daedric Prince Nocturnal.
Accessing privatized threat array. Dreaming. Knee abrasion. Lullaby. Threat located. Nocturnal. Urdra. Unfathomable mistress of shadows. Prospect registered. Risk level moderate. Thank you for your concern.
Now can you help us?
Motive evaluation complete. Non-hostile intent confirmed. Assistance threshold increased 20%. I can now provide advice and analysis. A manual override is required to proceed. Lower automata still adhere to trespass protocols. Use caution.
Okay, so which means I'm still going to get attacked, but she's going to actually help us instead of being a detriment to us. Alright, we made it to the first pump. Activating the pump.
It's working. Try to find the second terminal.
On my way. Yep, I can go back this way to get back faster now.
Well done. Now all I need to do is... There. The bridge is clear. I disabled the emergency protocol. It won't shut down the core's defenses, but we shouldn't find our path blocked like this again.
That's good.
Many of Master Seal's defenses still conform to strongbox protocols. Risk of severe laceration, incineration, and/or disintegration remains high.
Thanks for the advice.
Yeah, that construct is a bundle of joy, isn't it?
More shadows, even thicker than before. Damn. The shadow banishing spell I used on the lift over to...
You know, this is there for moral support. I don't know if that's the kind of moral support she's offering. I think I want a refund.
Another switch. Try it out. When Soda Sill saved me, he said I would shine a light one day. Could this be... Questions for another time. Let's keep
Yeah, I
moving.
think I want a refund for her moral support.
Follow me, are you? Brave and foolish.
More shadows. Let's hope Sotha Seal had the foresight to install those lamps here too.
You know, Eos kind of reminds me of GLaDOS a little bit. Sorry, refunds are not part of her protocols. I'd like to complain to the manufacturer. Oops, all lightning. Wait, did I go the wrong way? And he started talking as soon as I went through the door. Of course he did. There we go.
It will take more than a lapse to keep me from the throne alive.
We're coming, Sotha Seal. Yeah, they are. So, unfortunately, those people will never get their shadows back, but it's... I don't really have a choice in the matter, so... I have to keep going down? Okay. Keep on the fight, that's right. I'll never lose and cry. Keep running day and night. Yep, that is true. Because without part of their soul, they lose part of their power.
We've got to find the release.
At least Death got his power back.
Greetings. This partition governs all Axel operations and gate controls. How can I assist you?
I need you to lower the gate that blocks our path to the passage to the throne room.
Evaluating access petition. Dreaming. Raindrops on glass. Wood smoke. Access granted. Please make swift progress to the throne room. Daedric corruption detected.
Goodbye. I think we have to go down. Yeah, we have to go down more.
Not close now. Not close enough. Now, I will unlock this fool from the throne and claim what's mine.
Oh, this is bad. I don't think we're gonna make it in time, Luciana.
Warning. Situation critical. Daedric threat rating increased to severe.
What's going on in there, Eos?
I detect both a Daedric entity and a Daedric artifact in the throne room. Proximity to the throne aligned and Master Seal poses existential risk to city and all occupants. Cleansing mechanisms offline. I urgently request that you intervene.
We'll stop the shadow.
Conducting confidence assessment. Dreaming. Deceased bird. Handkerchief. Confidence assessment complete. Certainty rating does not meet credible acceptance threshold. Fail-safe preparations underway.
What does that mean?
This partition is not authorized to discuss fail-safe protocol. Effects on non-divine person psyches deemed too dangerous by Master Seal. Fail-safe will disengage if Daedric corruption is reduced to acceptable levels.
What's an acceptable level of Daedric corruption?
0. Farewell. And good luck.
I figured. I mean, that does make sense. Daedric corruption is, like, awful. That's a very reasonable answer. Come to me, show the seal's shadow.
He's using the skeleton key to unseat the
I see I'll have to deal with you permanently to complete my task. No matter. Come then. Face the darkness.
away from the shadow. What are you doing?
Never mind where I came from. I'm keeping Seal alive, you ungrateful shrew. We can't let the shadow escape.
Just hurry.
Sorry about that, my controller died.
Even now, at the end, you bicker. How predictable you
Here, Nocturnal.
are. Why do you
Yeah, my controller, the battery in my controller died. I had to.
see that it's hopeless? Sleep now. Give in to the dark.
I can't hold it much longer. Get up, comrade. You have to turn the skeleton key now.
I will not yield. Go, friend. Do as Fear says. Unlock the throne.
I'm trying. So the seal is freed. It's like, get back down here.
You trespass, Erdra. The clockwork city shall bear your weight no longer.
There's the power of the tribunal.
Achieve nothing, little godling. The Triad looms upon Somerset's shores. All that is shall be ours.
Well done, my friend. Oh, enough theatrics, Luciana. On your feet. Luciana?
No, she's really badly hurt.
We should return to the surface. This is no place for mortals.
Yeah. She's hanging in there, but not for long. So the seal.
The prisoner. At last. You are early. Or perhaps late. It makes little difference. I'm glad you've come. Tamriel owes you a debt.
Are you fully restored?
Restored, yes. I reclaimed my shadow with knowledge of what transpired and what's to come. Those calculations will keep. I owe you a boon. Service, like all equations, demands precise reciprocity. I wonder, what would you ask of me?
What kind of gifts do you offer? Can you give me power? What about the skeleton key? Luciana collapsed during the battle. Do you have the power to help her? I feel like this is something my character would ask.
Altruism. A rare trait. Luciana will die. If not here, now, elsewhere, later. I can delay her death if you wish, but to what end? Consider carefully. Luciana means a great deal to me, but grief cannot be avoided. Only deferred.
What other gifts do you offer? Can you give me power?
Power? Interesting. How to what end, I wonder? You possess a great well of potential. Unexplored depths, hidden by self-doubt and narrow perspective. Feel no shame. I know something of self-doubt. I can reveal this potential if you wish.
What about the skeleton key?
Clever. At another time, in another place, I would gladly part with it. In truth, I have no interest in Daedric baubles. Unfortunately, the Shadow Queen still lurks on our threshold. I must send this key away, farther than your feet can carry me.
Okay, so I'm gonna click on that. Alright, I've made up my mind. Alright. We have a choice. We can ask for more power, or we can save Luciana. Now, I'm not going to say anything about what the benefits of either one is, because this should be a purely roleplay based purpose. I'm going to let you guys vote in the chat if we're going to save Luciana the Proctor, or if we're going to take power. I got 2 for Luciana already. I figured that was what the answer was going to be. Anybody else that's in the chat want to vote? We'll give it until the 38 mark. If nobody else votes, we're going to save Luciana. I'll just say that all my characters I've saved Luciana. I've never once taken power, so... Well, sometimes the number can be, sometimes that number can be deceiving. If somebody doesn't post for a while, I've seen that where that number will go down even though they're watching. It doesn't count them as being active. See, like it just jumped to 5. Okay, so please save Luciana.
It is done. The recalibration may take some time, but the Proctor will make a full recovery. I know she will put this gift to good use. Please, take this as well. A token from my personal collection. It is and always has been yours.
That's interesting.
Strange. I spent lifetimes here in the world of tangible forms, but each time I emerge from the throne, it's like I'm seeing it for the first time. Broken, impoverished, beautiful.
What will you do now?
It seems I must delay my work for a time. When I reclaimed my shadow, I learned a great deal. Daedric plots, alliances and betrayals, the return of things lost in time, the loss of things the world thought certain. I have much to do.
Can I help? What do you need?
In the short term, I need to evade fear. He took his leave to attend to matters outside my fortress. I wish to speak with both of you in a more private setting. Please find fear, and then meet me at the elegiac replication.
I'll find him and meet you there.
We will speak in time. First, find evade fear. I wish for both of you to meet me at the elegiac replication, a memorial south of here. Our discussion should be away from prying eyes and ears, even those of my own people.
If you choose power, you get a one-time use scroll that gives you a 200% experience gain for 2 hours. If you choose Luciana, you get an one-time use experience scroll that gives you 150% bonus experience for 2 hours. So it's completely worthless for a character of my level. Where's Luciana now?
You will find her in her retreat here in the citadel. My factotums tend to the ruins even as we speak. Of course, you already know how this will end. I hope that knowledge brings you some measure of peace.
Okay, let's go talk to Luciana, but let me show you just how worthless this this item is. So this is the 151 that I got from him just now. See, no, 100%. Okay, so it's 150 for the other one, 100% for this one. So that's 100%. Okay, now look at these crown, like, I've got 12 crown experience scrolls. They'll give me a 50% experience boost for 2 hours. I don't use them. I have 113 in my bank. Like, it's completely useless. No. Well, I'm already at the level. I'm already like at the actual level cap. Like maybe he could give me a couple of champion points, but I can't even use them until Tuesday when the champion point cap goes up. So. Luciana?
Set. So the seal. Is he...
He's fine. We did it, Luciana.
The gears. The people. My people. They're safe. He knew. He knew this would happen. He said I would shine a light one day. Do you see? Everything built to this. Everything. Every battle. Every sorrow. It finally makes sense.
You'll see Thothasil soon. I asked him to save you.
You asked him that? After all the impatience I showed you, the bad temper? I guess I shouldn't be surprised. I've never met a more altruistic soul. Still, I'm not sure even Thothasil could save me this time. I feel it in my bones. This is how I end.
He promised me you would survive this.
Perhaps you're right. You know, I asked Thothasil to spare someone close to me long ago. He refused. Now I see. I understand. I'll try to make your choice mean something. You have my word.
Very well, Luciana. Provost?
I can't stand seeing her like this. I always thought Luciana was, I don't know, indestructible. How could this happen?
She held off a Daedric prince almost single-handedly.
And the strain was too much. Yes, I've heard. I just thought with you there, and Lord Set as well, I guess every spring comes unwound eventually. no matter how strong. Do you think she'll live?
I asked Sotha Seal to heal her. She'll live.
You what? And Lord Set granted you this boon? I'm sorry. I shouldn't seem so shocked. You've done nothing but struggle and sacrifice for us since you arrived. Thank you, my friend. With Luciana healed, the Clockwork City will flourish.
And what will you do now?
I'll remain here a while longer. I should stay at her side at least until the factotum shares its test results. We'll meet again soon, I'm sure.
See you, Provost. Alright, if I'm not mistaken, I have to actually leave the fortress. Where are we going? Where are we going? Right here, okay. Yeah, it looks like we're going to have time, so after I finish this main quest, we're going to do some of the side quests in this zone, and then starting next week, we're going to start the Somerset DLC with its prologue chapter. So I'll get what I can done this week, but then we're going to put Clockwork City to bed, and then starting the next week, we will do the, we'll start the Somerset DLC, and I really do think we're going to make it. Like, Somerset is really long, but I don't think it's going to take me 3 months to finish the Somerset DLC. I think we're going to finish Somerset prior to Blackwood, which will get where I wanted to be, because I wanted to have the Daedric War quest Daedric War quest line completed just in case it came up during the Plains of Oblivion. And then what we'll do once Somerset is done, what we're going to do is in between the chapter updates, we'll just work on completing stuff that I left unfinished, as well as working on the base game. And then, of course, when the new chapters come out, we'll play the new chapters first, and then we'll go back to working on the base game. Once I get everything finished that I can possibly do, I'll then look forward to seeing what I can do in between chapter updates. But we've got quite a ways to go before that becomes a question.
Erstwhile companion. You look remarkably coherent. Most mortals caught in a Daedric tempest would suffer some lasting effects. I'm impressed, baffled, depressed.
Sotha Seal asked me to find you.
Already? I expected him to wait at least a week before summoning me. Seal's concept of time bears only a faint resemblance to our own. You should set out. I'll be along shortly.
What are you doing out here?
Taking it all in, I suppose. Surely you won't begrudge me a moment of vulnerability. This place, it is something. I sense that I won't return anytime soon, if at all. When you've lived as long as I have, that actually starts to mean something.
What's to keep you from coming back?
One can only marvel at a rival's triumphs for so long before that awe turns to resentment. I have no time for petty jealousy. I have plans of my own, countless realms to explore. I can't afford to linger anywhere for long.
So where were you? Luciana and I nearly died fighting the Shadow.
You didn't, though. Bully for you. In truth, I sought an alternate route to the throne, through the Everglow. Unfortunately, Nocturnal detected my presence immediately. One of the few burdens of near divine power, and difficult to miss.
So she trapped you?
Trapped? No. Impeded, perhaps. Fortunately, Nocturnal's attention turned to you and the good Proctor when you defeated the Shadow. It gave me the opportunity to pinpoint the object of her fury. You. I followed her to the throne. The rest is history.
Fine. Alright, so let's head and meet with Sotha Seal. Actually, I'm personally tempted just to go ahead and start the Somerset prologue chapter, to be honest. But no, I'm not going to do that this stream, so... I'm not ready to leave Clockwork City just yet. It is very pretty. And who knows when the next time we'll be back here again is. Plus, there's a friend I know that needs my help, so...
Thank you, brother, for coming.
Of course, old friend. You seem troubled. More troubled than usual, I mean.
Perceptive, as always. I do not wish to diminish your achievement, but Nocturnal's defeat here will be short-lived. What's more, she does not act alone. A third enemy looms at the edge of my sight. Their covetous eyes are now fixed on the Somerset Isles.
Then we should inform the rest of the Sijiks. We'll need to prepare.
I will inform them personally. I have a separate task for you, Deveth. Take the skeleton key. Keep it hidden for as long as you can. I trust that this task pleases you. After all, your love of such trinkets is what brought you here in the first place.
Sometimes I wonder if you see too much. I will keep it safe.
Farewell, Deveth. We will not meet again.
And he speaks the truth, they never do meet again.
Memorial for centuries, but even I need reminders every now and again.
So the seal.
Do you like this place? It took me the better part of a decade to perfect it. Every stone, flower tells a story. Tales of how things were, how they ought to be. I thought about destroying it on more than one occasion. I'm glad I didn't.
I have questions.
I know. Ask, and I will answer truthfully. Just know that the truth often fails to satisfy.
Who are you really?
You expect something grand, but I promised you the truth. I am only what time and circumstance make. Son of a lost house, friend to a fallen king. Some will tell you that we are the product of our choices. I've never found that to be the case.
But you're supposed to be a god, right?
I am whatever the people need me to be. A guardian, an oppressor. For some, too distant. For others, too meddlesome. I am the canvas upon which they paint their dreams and resentments. A vessel for their hopes and doubts. A mirror. Nothing more.
If you believe that, then why even call yourself a god?
I don't. But my companions, Vivek and Almalexia, see their divinity as essential. Godhood brings them joy and purpose. They find meaning in the theatrical. Who am I to deprive them of that?
What are your feelings on Almalexia?
Almalexia defies analysis. I doubt she could even describe herself accurately. To understand Almalexia, you must first understand the value of fiction. Vivek fancies himself the poet, but in truth, A.M. is the greatest storyteller.
How so?
Vivek knows the boundaries that separate fact from fiction. He knows them so well that he's learned how to break them. He exists inside his verse, but recognizes the lies, the contradictions. He both does and does not believe his own tales.
How is Almalexia different?
She believes her tales implicitly, as does everyone else. Her capacity for deception appears limitless. She sows lies like a master gardener sows seeds, and the harvest of trust and adulation is breathtaking of scope.
Does that bother you?
Not in the slightest. As I said, we are, all of us, bound by our nature. Almalexia does what she does because she cannot do otherwise. It will not end well. But then, even the best endings rarely bring joy.
What about Vivek?
Vivek is my brother. He knows my struggles, and I know his. That knowledge makes our relationship complicated. To truly know someone is as much a curse as it is a blessing.
What are his struggles?
Regret. We are bound by that, at least. He also suffers a kind of enslavement. His appetites are insatiable, thus his despair.
Despair?
Yes, a poet's despair. Vivek craves radical freedom, the death of all limits and restrictions. He wishes to be all things at all times. Every race, every gender, every hero, both divine and finite. But in the end, he can only be Vivek.
And that's not enough to be a god hero?
Not even remotely.
What's all this for anyways, the Clockwork City?
I sometimes ask myself the same thing. May I confess something to you?
Of course.
I suffer from a peculiar ailment. Shall I describe it? I bear the cruel weight of certainty. Total, absolute, relentless certainty. People rarely comprehend the luxury of doubt, the freedom that comes with indecision. I envy you.
Didn't you just say the question whether the clockwork, or didn't you just say you question whether the city is worth the effort?
Indeed. But such questions are flaccid. Cursory indulgences that come and go in an instant. The truth is that my actions, both good and evil, are inevitable. Locked in time. Determined by chains of action and consequence.
So you were forced to build the Clockwork City?
Compelled. This city serves a noble goal. The redemption of Tamriel. The unification of competing forces. The destruction of the Daedra. Unfortunately, it is an endeavor built upon a lattice of corpses. Betrayal, untold horrors.
Maybe?
Maybe. The word I covet above all others. Hold to that word, my friend, and never let go.
I don't have any more questions. Oh no, sorry. Changing the subject, what did you want to talk to me about?
I instructed Devaith to run from the battle that is to come. Now, I urge you to run toward it. Long ago, I brokered a truce with the princes of Oblivion. This pact bound 8 princes to an oath that they would never again set foot on Tamriel.
If that's true, how did Nocturnal attack us in the Cogitatum?
Nocturnal was not present when the princes signed the Cold Harbor Compact. Thus she flouts its restrictions. Now, this is important. Nocturnal does not act alone. 2 other princes lie in wait. Clavicus Vile and Mafala.
I already defeated Clavicus Vile and Vardenfell.
Defeated? Forgive my candor, but Clavicus Vile cannot be defeated through force of arms. Neither can Mafala.
So what should we do?
I have preparations to make outside my clockwork realm. You must stay vigilant. Take heed of any Daedric incursions and stand ready to fight. The prisoner wields great power, making reality a metaphor. We will need you before the end.
Why do you keep calling me the prisoner?
A fool's hope, perhaps. I should explain. Look around you. All of this exists because it must exist. I stand here, in this place, in this moment, not because I wish to, but because I have to. A result of action and consequence.
So wouldn't that make you the prisoner?
But incorrect. The prisoner must apprehend 2 critical insights. First, they must face the reality of their prison. They must see the determinative walls, the chains of causality that bind them to their course.
You haven't done that?
I have, but I fall short of the second insight. The prisoner must see the door to their cell. They must gaze through the bars and perceive that which exists beyond causality, beyond time. Only then can they escape.
You don't see the door?
I see only unsteady walls. If the people of Tamriel must exist inside this cell, I will make sure that the walls are stable, the gaps are sealed, and all who remain stay safe within it.
So what he's saying is I could escape from the bonds that force me into this repetitive pattern of saving the world, is what I'm getting there. I don't have any more questions.
I've met few heroes like you. Very few. I take this matter of the Triad upon myself, but in truth, you may be the one that saves us. The prisoner who frees the world. We shall see. Farewell.
And that was the main story of the Clockwork City. And so the seal is gone. Provost?
He's gone, isn't he?
So the seal? Yes.
I knew it. I never got to speak to him. Can you believe that? 100 years of loyal service and then poof, gone.
What would you have said to him?
You know, I spent years rehearsing exactly what I would say. I stood in front of the mirror, saying it over and over. Lord Set, I stand before you as your loyal servant. Prayers of thanks, supplications, on and on.
And now?
Now I have nothing but questions. Why do we study in the Basilica while people struggle in the streets? Why can't we have birds like the Exodromals? How could Daedra break through our unbreakable walls? Why can't we leave?
Do you think he'd have answers for you?
I did yesterday. Today, I'm not so sure. I have a lot of thinking to do. A lot of assumptions to challenge. Who knows? Maybe that's what Set wanted all along. I owe all this uncertainty to you.
You're welcome.
You have my gratitude, truly. Uncertainty feels liberating. The world's never seemed so open, so fresh, you know? I sense a new adventure just beginning. Thank you, my friend, and farewell.
Farewell, my friend.
I think I'll visit the memorial for a while. It seems as good a place as any to be alone with my thoughts.
It is. Alright, so I know exactly which quest I want to do first. There it is. Kirith has a mission for us. If I can find the entrance to where she is. I always get lost looking for this door. Here it is, right here.
You let him walk all over you. There's a difference between cordial and compliant.
You told me to play nice with others. Now you complain? I don't have to listen to this. I'll finish exploring on my own.
Oh no, sibling quarrel.
Sorry you had to hear that. Our family feuds aren't usually so dramatic. Raynor always requires a delicate touch, but he's never stormed off before. He hates being on his own.
What were you two arguing about?
That whole shadow business. I didn't like the way Raynor let that high elf artificer with a dwarven control rod up his arse order us around. My brother didn't deserve to be treated so poorly. I just wish he believed it too.
Raynor mentioned something about finishing your exploration.
Before I wounded his pride, we were planning to explore this marvelous machine world. He charged off to prove he didn't need my help, and we know how that's going to turn out. I'll let him cool off, but could you make sure he stays out of trouble?
I'll go check on Raynor.
What I said to Raynor was pretty harsh, but he can be so infuriating. Look, he might be a brilliant artificer. Unfortunately, he's a terrible dungeon delver. Without me, he's going to get lost or hurt. Just don't mention me when you see him.
Where did you think Raynor's going?
There are so many intriguing possibilities, I'm not sure which one he tried to tackle first. If I were my brother, I'd start by heading into the radius. We talked about using that gulch with the outflow pipe as a base, so maybe begin there?
Do you and your brother argue very often?
Like Kwama warriors fighting for the affection of their queen. We're siblings, of course we have arguments. Raynor's a thinker, and I'm all about action. Our differences make us a great team, when we're not engaged in a heated debate.
You're sure that you don't want to go after your brother?
No. Raynor needs some alone time. We both do. No sense starting the same fight all over again. You go talk to Raynor. Help him work things out so we can get back to our usual sibling rivalry. Just don't let him know I sent you.
Do you and Raynor... Oh, I already asked that. Okay. So let's go find Raynor. Try to help him patch things up with his sister. You know, it really feels like should be hover trains going across those tracks. I'm kind of disappointed there are no hover trains. Yeah, that's fair. Did you actually get to go to Clockwork City during the Morrowind game, or were you unable to enter Clockwork City? Because I know Clockwork City gets destroyed during Morrowind, but I don't know if you actually get to visit it or not. Raynor!
Kirith doesn't appreciate my contributions to our partnership. She thinks I'd be lost without her. Well, I'll show her. My superior intellect easily outshines her bravado and daring do. But what brings you out here, my friend?
I thought I'd give you a hand exploring the Clockwork City.
That's a generous offer, but I find your sudden arrival somewhat convenient. Did my sister send you after me? She really does think I'm as helpless as a newborn scrib without her, doesn't she?
Okay, so we have two choices here. We can say, can't a person help an old friend? Besides, who wouldn't want to explore this place? Or, yes, Kira sent me to keep you from getting into too much trouble. So we can tell him the truth and hurt his ego a little bit, or we can do a little bit of a white lie and just tell him that, you know, we're just here to help. So, Kira did ask us to leave her name out of it because he's mad at her. So. It's lying by omission, but I see what you mean. That's true. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and go with, can't a person just want to help an old friend? Besides, who wouldn't want to explore this place?
It's a fascinating place, isn't it? So much to see and learn. People in the Brass Fortress told me about a number of sites. We simply have to go and see them for ourselves. The possible discoveries, they boggle the mind. Shall we go explore?
Yes, let's explore the Clockwork City.
There are a number of locations I want to examine. I added them to your map. Lead on, and I will follow. Don't worry. I'll provide any assistance I can, but I have to admit I'm not much of a fighter. That's more Kirith's area of expertise.
How did you and Kirith wind up in Clockwork City? I think I already asked this.
Same way as you, I imagine. We were looking for the ruins of Balm's Amshend beneath Mournhold, when we came across a tiny city inside a clockwork globe. Needless to say, I knew what it was the moment I saw it. The shrinking made me queasy, though.
What were your impressions of Proctor Luciana?
Stern, physically intimidating. To be honest, she scares the script jelly out of me. Did you know she was once an Imperial battle mage? During the Riemann dynasty, while fighting in some war, a spell went awry and threw her through time and space.
Is that how she got here?
Eventually, Sothasil found her. She was severely injured, but he restored her using supplemental clockwork body parts. Soul gems power the parts, as with any other enchanted item. She's received so many replacements. She's functionally immortal.
You know, should we bring it up about Naramo being a jerk to Raynor, or should we just go ahead and leave it? Because this is what made Kirith mad at, or this is what got him mad at Kirith. So should we mention it, or should we just leave it? You think we should bring it up or shouldn't bring it up? Sorry, I wasn't sure if that was supposed to be should or shouldn't. It says should. Okay, so you know, Kira thinks you should let Narama walk all over you.
She also thinks I'm stubborn, antisocial, and a pain in the nether regions. I admit I acquiesced to Naramo's leadership. He has experience, wisdom, qualities that come naturally to someone of his age. To do less would have been disrespectful.
After you finish your exploration, how do you plan to get back to Morrowind?
Devaith Fear offered to teleport us out of here when we're ready, so that's one option. I plan to find our own way out, though, just in case. After I prove to Kirith that I'm capable of investigating a site on my own. With your help, of course.
On my own, with your help, of course. Oh, Raynor. Alright, so first place we're headed to is right there. And I will be a lizard, and might just fall to my doom. Doom! Doom's never been so colorful before. It's the giant metal ball! Ah! I am king of the ball! My ball. Don't even think about coming up here, Lusu. It's my ball.
The resonant sphere. One of Sothasil's minor marvels.
It looks like it's just discarded out here, Raynor.
Did you notice the perfect symmetry? The total roundness of the form? And the way it reacted to simple, magical impulses? Incredible! If memory serves, the chimes sounded similar to the ones that ring in the brass fortress.
What do you think the spear is for? What's its purpose?
Applying magic to the sphere provoked an oral response. Perhaps Sothasil utilizes different frequencies of sound
Touch your ball.
divine workings. On the other hand, Lord Set might just appreciate good music.
I'll challenge him to a duel if he tried to touch my ball. You're a dark elf, shouldn't you? Should you even be risking or asking such questions about one of your gods?
Tribunal doctrine strictly defines the consequences of questioning the methods and mechanisms of our living gods. The apostles here in the Clockwork City emulate Sota Seal in their own ways. So any questions I ask seem tame by comparison.
I mean, that's fair. I go riding off into the Clockwork City because I am a lizard. Yeah, I don't actually know if it rains here. It would be interesting if it rained here. But I don't think I've ever seen it rain before here. It may not rain. Hydrate burn. Oil rain, maybe? Oh, I hope not. That would be absolutely horrifying. I could not get that out of my clothing.
I have what I need. We're done.
Yeah, it would be horrible.
I wonder how the lubricant winds up in the veil. Every time I answer one question, 3 more appear to take its place.
What purpose does the Veil of Tears serve, do you think?
I'm glad you asked. I surmise that a correlation exists between the lubricant and the dead organic matter inevitably created in the Clockwork City. It has to go somewhere. I speculate that those pumps distribute the grease throughout the complex.
Organic matter. Even the trees are made of metal here?
Ah, but the fabricants consist of both flesh and machine. And so do the apostles. While the Dwemer were masters of mechanical construction, Lord Set took it a step further by adding living material to the mix. Kirith? No, never mind.
He misses his sister. Aw. Gonna fast travel to speed the process up just a little bit. Oh my goodness, yes. Khajiit does not like this place. Khajiit cannot ever get his fur clean. Sorry, we're gonna have to shave you. Do not shave Khajiit. Khajiit is nothing without his fur. Well, if you're nothing without your fur, you shouldn't have your fur.
I saw this from a distance and was instantly intrigued.
It was like a broken clock.
No rhyme or reason to its function. At least none that I can ascertain. Maybe one day I can return with an entire team. For now, let's move on. What a magnificent monolith! I wonder if the workings extend into the subterranean levels below us. Maybe that's where the true functioning takes place.
What purpose do you think the broken clock tower serves?
That's what I've been pondering since making my meticulous inspection of the site. It's a conundrum. Despite what that Slagtown trader told me, I don't see any method for determining what time it is. Kira suggested... No. I can do this without her.
What did Kira suggest?
Kirith uses intuition and leaps of logic instead of sound deductive reasoning. But it works for her. More often than not, actually. She thinks the tower is part of a vast underground mechanism that makes the city function. I suppose that makes sense.
What do we do now?
We need to go back so I can tell Kirith. Damn. I can't believe I let this stupid argument cut my sister out of this. She should have been here. Not that I don't appreciate your help, mind you, but Kirith and I... we're a team.
Sounds like you're having some regrets.
It does, doesn't it? I'm not sure how to proceed. The complexities of social interaction are Kirith's speciality, not mine. She's my sister and we're a team. We work well together. But she did use some harsh, hurtful words. What do you think?
Alright, we got two choices. Maybe you could talk to her and let Kirith know how you feel. You're siblings after all. Or maybe you should stand up for yourself. Let Kirith know that you're as much a part of the team as she is. Yep, that's cursed. Alright, Tony, calm down. Well, one's slightly more, one's more aggressive than the other. Do you think Raynor should be more passive or more aggressive? Not passive-aggressive. It's either passive or aggressive. Just to be clear. This is not like passive-aggressive sticky notes. Okay, so we got one vote for option 1, the more passive option. I wonder if there's to sunder of sticky notes, like just leaving a sticky note somewhere that says, "It's not like I like you or anything, but Baka." Okay, so maybe you could talk to her and let Kirith know how you feel. You're siblings after all.
You're right. I can be the bigger person and apologize. I am her older and smarter brother, after all. Let's return to the Brass Fortress. Perhaps you can talk to her first and see how Kirith is doing. She's probably lost and distraught without me.
All right, let's head back to Kirith. I think that's going to be, once we've turned in this quest, I think that's going to be the end of the stream. What I'll do before we actually end off is I'll go ahead and warp to where the Somerset quest starts, and that way we'll be ready to start the quest next week, immediately at the start of the stream.
There you are. I was worried sick about you.
I'm rather busy right now.
Did everything go all right? You didn't run into any trouble, did you? Raynor requires constant supervision, especially around ruins and other ancient places. He's extremely smart, but he has few practical skills and he's easily distracted.
I think your brother has something to say to you.
He does he? Well, I have a few words for Raynor as well. We're partners, And partners don't abandon each other when the going gets rough. Anyway, thanks for making sure he got back here safe and sound. I appreciate it.
Alright. Complete quest.
Kira, well, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have stormed off like that. I blame all this metal. I think I'm getting a rash.
I'm sorry too. I said some things that were uncalled for, unfair. That Naramo just makes my skin crawl, you know?
It's the way he talks. Humongous words and a superior attitude.
Sounds like someone else I know. Now, come on and tell me what you've discovered.
Alright, so that's it. That is where we're going to put the Clockwork City to bed temporarily. We will be back here again in the future to finish up the rest of the DLC, of course, but that'll be sometime in the future. Right now, we're going to go ahead and head off to where the Somerset quest will pick off, and when we start the... Well, actually, I don't really need to do this because I'm going to be doing another quest on Friday, or I guess we'll see. Anyways, I'm still going to go ahead and end off there, so that way you guys can see where we're going next time. So we are going to the Mages Guild at Davin's Watch. Remember that if you've watched the stream for at least 30 minutes and you play the Elder Scrolls Online, I do have drops enabled. So if you check your rewards section in Twitch, you should have a crown crate waiting for you. Claim that and open it up and get some prizes. If you don't play ESO, of course, that's fine as well.
Here, we have much to discuss, you and I.
I can find my way back upstairs. There he is, the man, the myth, the legend, Vanus Galarian, the Great Mage. So starting next week, we are going to be doing the Somerset DLC prologue quest here with Vanus Galarian. I want to thank you for watching if you did, and I hope to catch you next week as we continue on with the Daedric War questline in the Somerset DLC. Thank you very much, and have a great day, everyone. Goodbye.